Good morning, everybody. Okay, let's take a look for a minute. So if you watch the hourly, we just came into an hourly prevailing gap right here. We tapped and we actually had a bullish reaction off of it right now. So main thought process is still that we go higher. Same as yesterday. We came to that high, actually supported, we came back down. We actually respected the lower prevailing gaps and we are still doing the same movement again. So I still believe that we will go up. Look, 30 minutes, same for here, 30 minute for value gap, we tapped it. Actually, we now took out the liquidity here. 4 hour looks the same. Daily ended bullish actually, just above that wick, so still looks, this looks like it wants to go higher anyways. This is first session high, so this is actually Asia high right here. If we take out Asia high, I want to see, do we continue right there or not? So that's going to be our key point actually, that we know what the market will do. That was again a beautiful continuation play. If we were online at 7.25, we had that rejection of that 1 hour right here. Came into it, 15 minutes for value gap, straight to the high again. So if it was online, that would have been a play. Stops at the low, trigger the high. If you want to be more conservative, you could take this stop too. That would be the 1 hour play. If you took it at the low of the fair value gap, still a 2 hour play. You're not always in it if you take it all the way at the low. So we just take an Asia high in the first 15 minutes of this open. Do we have news? Because this is actually quite a big range. So before we come actually into play, we always watch news if we have any. So actually we don't have any news. So the market is just bullish. That's a good thing to know. .3 range, okay, still doable. We don't have any for value gaps. We do have gaps in between the candles. I'm not sure that you see them on M&Q. Yeah, you do have them on M&Q too. So we're just taking that Asia high. I'll take this off screen. So session has been taken. If we do not have any reaction off of this the next 5 minutes, we will definitely go up higher. Same target as yesterday, previous day high, and actually still the high from previous week. It's still the one that I'm looking for. So that's that 15-minute range that we have here. Let's take a look if we have any. We do have 3 minutes for value gaps. We have 1 minute all the way. Oof, we have a huge gap here in 1 minute. Yeah. We will definitely come after this gap, so that's actually a 2-point gap or something that we have here. A 2.5 point gap. This is not that normal to see inside an opening. Nonetheless, this looks actually very bullish again. Do we have a 50-minute? We have a 50-minute just under us. We still have a 50-minute for value gap. Look, just under the orb range right here. It's a small one, but this is a 50-minute for value gap. So keep that in mind. It's just under that range, like yesterday. That was just the same. So this was our range from yesterday. Where was it? Yeah, right here, that was our range. We also created a value gap, but we actually came back into it one more time before continuing. Good morning, bull mods. Good morning, Nicolas. Good morning, Emily. So same process as yesterday. I still believe we go up. This was actually a very sharp reaction back down from yesterday after the session. I believe I got off somewhere around this area around 5 o'clock. And we actually had a sharp reaction back down to that last value gap from that 430. So on this screen you see a 5-minute chart. I'll keep it open on a 5-minute right here. If we do go to the downside, yeah, we are building up some trendline liquidity right here. As you can see, each time we actually bounced nicely off of it. If we need more liquidity and we need to take this out, the only gap that we still have left is that 4 hour from yesterday. It's still open, we did not touch it yet, so this is that 4 hour right here. So you can see how that 4 hour candles actually build up. So this is actually also how you can see where the market is going at this point. So you just put a line beside it, and if we tap it and constantly go higher, that means the trend is still up. But there's also liquidity under it, of course. So we take note session. I want to see if we do have that sharp reaction to the downside. I would actually love us to take out those, to take out this gap before we go up. So at the moment I'm watching at two things. I do see that the trend is up, so that is very clear. The other thing I'm watching right now is, because we took out Asia high, do we continue right here? Is this enough liquidity that the market needed, or is it not to continue the market up higher? So session highs are very important liquidity pools. Remember that always, so that you always keep in mind where they are. If you want to know how to easily find them, if you go on TradingView, just get trading sessions. They are automatically form actually. So this whole range I like. The only thing I don't like is that we have a 15 minute under it. So the great thing would be if we actually see it like this today. Not like that. That tap and then that continuation. With a high. That would be great. Of course it will look more like this of course, than in one straight line. Ik weet dat hij nog niet gereden is, want we hebben nog een beetje uitging.
Zet nooit goed.
I could only try. I'll give myself something to drink. We'll be right back.
Stel je nog niet.
Lessen op toch? De herhaling. Wat de vullen nu aan. Kijk, hoe dat zo van de spoor over. Van de report van de spoor als en dat wil ook blijven. Zo is het goed. Close yet. So no close yet. So be patient. In the meantime, read your plan, your trading plan, that you know what to do. It should be at your desk where you're sitting at right now, so take it out, read it in the meantime. That's a good way to keep your head off the charts for a minute while just being patient anyway. This way you can actually look at your performance, what you're doing, if you still remember your own rules that you read down. This will help you actually improve your skill a lot faster. So it's only 1 hour streaming today, so 9:30 I'm offline again. It's Tuesday. It's lessons in the bootcamp today. I want to see how good my students actually are evolving. So a minute and a half. Let's see if we get that close, yes or no. Like I said, I did prefer us to come first down here, but we took a wick. We actually closed most of the 5 minute gaps. We still have a 1 minute gap just all the way down here. That's the only thing I don't like. For the rest, this is a very bullish structure, so So here you can actually see the bullish structure on the 1 hour. We formed down. Each time we went higher, we created the value gaps, and we actually had a continuation move right here of this candle back to the lows. So this wick of the 1 hour actually showed us rejection of that lower part. So what actually happened in this candle is the market opened, we went up or down in that hourly. We actually flushed down in that hourly, so the sellers came actually and pushed the market lower, and by the end of the hourly we actually had buyers back coming into the market and pushing the market actually higher, rejecting the market right here to go lower. So we also came into a value gap or footprint that shows us that there was a possibility that we continue to move. And that hourly actually showed us right immediately after that hour. We actually had very bullish momentum directly taking the high out. So now we've been patient, seeing what the market wants to do once we took out Asia high. So, like I said, if we go to the downside and we break the up to the downside, we do not have any reaction of that 15. So if we have a reaction, it will probably of this 15-minute right here. If we do not, and the market wants to decide lower, our target will be that 4 hour per value gap. So we have a very nice movement to the downside too. So this would be my first target, but yeah, once we breach it, we have strong push off of it. We will see directly. The next that we still have open is here. We have still 15 minutes that's open, but for all the rest there is nothing in between anymore, so we definitely will fall down to the 4 hour. That means that the market still needed some sell side liquidity before pushing the market up higher. Second time the market opened very strong the first 15 minutes, and then it's actually being patient. That's okay, Nicholas. That can happen. We will see. If you do watch the replay, make sure to fill in everything, so you will know what I mean by that. It looks like we do have some reaction of the Asia high. Yeah. Also, Nicholas, try to stop the movie while we are while you're doing the exercise. So there will be exercise inside, and try to stop watching, because the answers will be at the end too. So try to fill them in as honestly as possible. It's also to get you a feeling from where you're at this point. So it will be a bit of a recap of everything that we've done already. Did your consistency change already, Nicholas, in trading? Are you more consistent in what you're doing at this point? No Anthony today? Have our main support group normally, so I see Bulenox is here, Nicholas is here, so I didn't hear that, what you said. Oh, I said, Nicholas, are you more consistent in your trading at this point? So did something change since you were here? He is here. Morning.
Darcy.
Yeah, so you will not be hearing me, yes, now only taking this web and every day, almost on ice. So you will not hear me talk about my kitten that much anymore. He took a walk Saturday. I've not been seeing him since then, so I hope he found a good place to stay. Well, his name is Lucky, so he probably will find a very good place. It's the second time he took a walk already, so special cat, that one. But there are a lot of cats and kittens in the neighborhood here, so you'll probably find his place somewhere. Yeah, he likes his freedom. It's just a special one. If the door is open for a car, he would just jump in, so he likes to discover new places. So the 5 minute we can see market is actually building up a bit of liquidity. Let me take a look at that 1 minute. If we had somewhere a gap. Actually we didn't. Een aantal potjes in beelden slaan. So still no movement at this point. So I can tell you that the market is actually very slow motion in London. So the market is building up liquidity right here. So up and down, they're actually building two sides. The 9 o'clock, if it comes open and we tap that and immediately have a strong push to the downside, yeah, that's very much possible too. So we are 10 minutes before opening. I'm almost ready to take a big jump at my bed right now. Go jump back in if you're too tired, my friend. Tomorrow the markets are open too. The markets are here every day. So it's better to be here with a fresh head and fully awake. So about 9 minutes before open. So looks like we're gonna take out the high now. Well, this is still that bullish connect. Oh, actually, that bullish action that we were talking about. So now I want to see if we tap here and take that high and immediately fall back lower, then we just need our liquidity to fill up this gap here. So you can see this right here. That's 5 minutes. That's chop market or sideways chop market. So we actually stayed in that range. So they build up buy side liquidity here and sell side liquidity down below. So this is why they're actually doing this. And then they take a high, so they took actually all that buy side liquidity right now. So most of the time afterwards they take off sell side liquidity too, and then continue the movement. Here in this 15-minute gap that you can see, actually nothing happened. We just went 2 down and 1 up. Hourly, same. If you watch this hourly, this looks actually as a very bullish candle. After a liquidity grab here, continuation movement. So still got a minute and a half. So calculate how much that is. That's 24-point stop at least. Or if you want to be even more secure, that stop would even be better. So that would actually be, there is still that 15-minute value gap right here. So here. And that wick would actually be better. It does not have it easy to push through that liquidity. So no breach. So second time the market did not want to close outside our range in the first hour. Do know the next candle is the opening candle of, or starting the opening candle of opening of London. And you can only be very grateful that we actually don't trade outside the ranges that we are forming, because if you should be in this market, this is not a nice market to trade in. The same if you watch this on a minute, you can see this is just respecting nothing in here. We will get that move at open, I believe, so let's be patient. So for an educational part, so here we had a break of structure, again here same. So once we came down, that was a retest of this break of structure right here. And what did we do? We create actually a new break of structure right here. So this is actually an entry model on itself, so this is also a continuation play, but this is also called the retest of that break of structure. Indication name is actually boss. So if you see this standing somewhere, that's break of structure. So 2 minutes still open. And we taken out the high just 15 minutes before, so I don't think we will take out the high one more time. If we didn't need that liquidity if we needed that liquidity to push lower, we probably won't come back up over this one. And actually right here we had a change in character. So this was actually a shock. This was changing character because we were trending down and here we came up. This was actually the high, the low, so this was broken right here. So here we made a change in character. We retested that change in character. We actually fell a bit lower. We still had the gap here, so that was the full move. We came back. We made a boss right here. Retest and then continuation. So here comes open. Market is still very on the side at this point. If you have not pressed any buttons and still are being patient, very good. That's the only thing that we need to remember as traders. To just follow that plan, be patient until it shows you what you can do. After that, you can enter. Anytime before you entered, or you did enter early, or you did not follow that plan fully, get out that trade immediately and write that down. How it comes, or what just happened. Maybe it's just because you wanted to press or wanted to be in a trade already. Doesn't matter what it is, just be honest with yourself. All the feelings that you guys have, I already had them. I know all of them already, so there is no trader that did not have gotten them before. So all of them, most of the traders have already learned all of them that are profitable. So even open did not push a lot, so we are 3 minutes in and we didn't move an inch actually. We moved 4 points at open. Have a great day, Nicholas. Enjoy your day.
Ah, ja.
So even open on London, no volume at all. Yeah, we do have a continuation movement that we need on orb, so if we don't see any volume at all and we just stall here, it's better to keep our hands off, of course, and don't trade that market. But 5 minutes in open, now second 5 minutes are starting, and we made less than 10-point range at this point, or about a 10-point range. Yeah, that's 8.5 points that we made, so that's a very small range for, even for open for London. So anybody that didn't know what a chop market is, this is a chop market right here. And the market will continue to do this until it has enough liquidity build up to take that movement. So if you ever see this happening and you are in a trade, keep your hands off the trade until the market shows you what it wants to do. Because here in this area, you actually have no idea. So for me, this is just building up liquidity for that continuation movement. Most of the times we continue in the direction that we are doing. Because this is not a key point. This was a key point. Support and resistance was right here. Actually, this is not a key point. This is inside two ranges. So if you see this on key levels, like here, there is a possibility that we change. But actually, this is no key point here. Same on the downside. that would be the first time that we actually broke the pre-org to the website, but no, that's opening. So you still will be patient for the next 5 more minutes to have the range of London. You can only take pre-op in the first hour, of course. And that was actually such a small close. You can probably, you could, if you zoom out, you hardly see it even. So normally just put like this. That was maybe just a breach.
Plaatjes. Reageer niet meer.
Slaan in de garage. Will probably be no trade for me. It's 9.25, so I only have like 15 minutes left. I cannot follow a trade for just 15 minutes. The best play was actually this one, but we were not online here. So I was expecting us maybe to come back down on this 15 minutes right here to that gap, then continue. That would be a great play too. But here we actually just stalled for a very long time. And this is what you can see after stalling, that we actually most of the time have that continuation movement afterwards. but that's still 2.3, and even to the first high that's a 1.4, so it's still definitely a decent trade this. So that's our range that we have. Yeah. Like I said before, I'll not take this. I can't. Not in. If we do this in 5 minutes now. But stops would be the low, and then targets would be first target would be 23,888. And then the highs, of course, previous week high, that would be here, that would be 23,900. So there was no close the first 5 minutes, so yeah, I am not entering this no matter what. We still had a minute. Oh. I was on 3 minutes, sorry. So we are creating a 5 minute fair value gap right here. We have a 3 minute right here, so yeah, that would be at least a stop. That's still 1.5 R, so it's still doable to trade this, but the market is not very volatile at this point. So that was no close. The same here, if you watch that hourly, okay, maybe take a bit of that stuff off here. We can actually definitely see that this is a bullish structure, so we can see the market moved, we taken out liquidity, we had a strong push, we came for value gap, we pushed, we same here. So if we close that hourly again and we create a new for value gap right here, there's a possibility that we come for this and then continue higher. That would be actually a great entry. This is actually the same movement like the downside. So if we have the downside, now we have the upside. So here we had the last candle, so this is a shock, this is a break of structure, this is again a break of structure that we have. So this all indicates that we have actually a bullish market. Not only this, actually all markets are very much going up. The only reason why the markets are going up because people are printing money out like a lot again. So that means that the money supply, if the money supply goes up, that the value of the dollar decreases. Same for the euro, by the way. So now we tap that 5 minute for value gap right here. So if the candle closes above this high, that's a nice continuation movement. Yeah, I got 8 more minutes, so I'm not taking a trade like I said before. I cannot manage a trade in 8 minutes. So actually you can see how clear, once we have a change of character first, then you have a break of structure that retests how actually value these are. So this one would have now worked right here. So this one would have been and not one that didn't work. Okay, great. The next one did work again, so they don't all work, but like this one did work, this one did not. Here we got tapped. Yeah, so for 1 hour no profit, if you would take both of them, I took the second one. For 1 hour not profit, 1.7 you got, and if you took the lows, whatever value gap, you got a 2.9 here, so. If this next 15 minutes creates for value gap, your stop should be at that low, of course. It depends on how this candle actually closes here. Because if we do, and we have a 15 minute right here inside, it can come back to that low. This one should be protected, so this one should not be tapped. Just for everybody that's actually not in a boot camp and still wants to trade this. Yeah, once we get that breach, your stop should be at 23,843. target 23,888. That would be target 1. Second target, that weekly high, and if we actually continue, yeah, we still got the all-time high right here, so that would be the third target. So second 5 minutes, no close. Nonetheless, okay, for everybody, if we do have a close now, targets will be the high and stops would be at 23,843. So I'll call it a day for today. It's no breaches anywhere. Previous hourly closed, and here we are actually half hour already inside and still inside our range. We will take out our high. That's definitely in the charts. If Asia high had any value right here, we would have shorted already, so we would have fallen down. We did not, we just stalled and we had a continuation movement. So for me, that looks like we want to take out the high. There's no other liquidity right here. Especially not because we went to this high already. We came down, we take liquidity off of it. So now we're just slowly going back to the high, and if the market wanted to react, it would have done it right here on this high. And it did not. So the only first pool of liquidity is this high. Nothing in between. So I wish you all a very great London session. Sadly enough, oh yeah, it's good. If you followed your plan and we did not have a trade. It can happen. So not always you will have a trade. Nonetheless, this will probably take out a high, but yeah, we needed our entry model, of course. Even though, for me, even continuation movement, there was no continuation movement right here too. So I wish you all a very great session, and see you all back in a half hour or so for the bootcamp people, and all the rest. I'll see you back this afternoon. Enjoy.